day everyone, and today I'm going to discuss further our research, and now we will be proceeding to the chapter 2 of our research. And firstly, now we have our procedures. In the procedures of our research, we have key phases that we have used in order for us to complete our research. In first phase is that this is where we have conducted our construction towards our data questionnaires or the survey questionnaires. This is what we use to gather data in many schools, many people, many students, many professionals in order for us to have our data. So that is the number one phase. Number two, which is our phase two, is that we handed out our survey questionnaires. This is where we have done our data gathering. We proceeded to many school institutions, approach many people, many professionals in order for us to have our data. And at the same time, we started to construct our research paper from the chapter 1 introduction and how what inspired us to conduct this research. And lastly, our third phase is that as we have our data already from the second phase, is that we have our data interpretation, where all the data gathered is that we organize it and make a conclusion about it, or what would be the outcome of the data we have gathered from our survey. That is the procedures that we have done in order for us to have our research. Quantitative design is that our design that we have used, or the method that we have used in this topic, is descriptive. A research design that uses numerical data to describe characters and individual experiences and its correlation with other responses to further come up with a statistical numeration of the number of people or students partaking educational courses based on their passion with external affairs, studying each person's response to specific factors or that may or may not affect their career choices through surveys. So that is our quantitative design. Our research site is our official site where we constructed our research paper is within the facilities of BBC MF5 or as well in Bethany Baptist Academy. But as well as we have conducted our research data gathering, is that we have done it through a lot of different institutions, such as starting here in Bethany, we started it with the LD, and as well in the Bible College of Bethany Baptist Church Makati, and as well as we head out, we have other schools like Laguna State Polytechnic University, Laguna University, Baptist Heritage Bible College, St. Paul University, Surigao, in St. Louis University in Baguio, and Bukidnon State University. We have other members from the church, other professionals from the church, our close friends, close family members that we would have the chance to conduct data gathering at the survey. We took advantage of it, and it is different research site. We have it in different places, different schools, different people. Sampling and participants. So in this study, probability convenience sampling was used for gathering data because we had a hard time in following a specific sampling. So we changed our original data sampling from a probability one to a non-probability one, which is the convenience, which is the very easiest and the most convenience to use. This includes the 100 respondents from different fields, college programs, schools, colleges, different social classes, and ethnic groups. So we have our data collection. Data collection shall be in survey. We use paper, and as well as the digital survey, which is we use the platform of Google Forms or Google Docs, as we have used Google Forms. Both are simultaneously used for the convenience of the interviewee or the respondents, the participants. So if they prefer the paper one, because that is quick, because they just need to write, so we just give them a physical copy of our survey questionnaire. But if they find it like convenience for them to just answer it through their phone, and we use Google Forms. And in our In our data collection, all of our data, which is from the paper, we make another account. Like for example, we make another Gmail account and then make a separate Google form. So why did we make another Google form? So we have two Google form now. In our second Google form is that this is where we include the paper or respondents who answered in the paper survey in order for us to have a graph, because as you have known, Google Forms, when you answer it, it automatically provides a graphic, digital graphics, and it helps us conveniently. It helps us make a graphic fast. In our data presentation and analysis, we have our distribution of programs that responded to our survey questionnaire. And surprisingly, the largest share who answered our research questionnaires or research survey is the Bachelor of Science in Education secondary major in English. So most of the ones who answered our survey is education, major in education. So it is a total of 26%. So as you have known, we have 100 respondents. So a 1% is equals to one person. So we have here BSED English, which the largest share at 26% equals to 26 persons. So in AIM in Associate in Ministry, we have 13%. BED or the Bachelor of Elementary Education at 11%, and Theology from Bethlehem Baptist Academy, from Bethlehem Baptist Makati, we have 11%. Other related course, we have your education and education in early education, we have 1%. In secondary major in science, secondary major in mathematics, both at 1%. We have your BSED in general, we have 1%, and education for general, we have 2%. 6% in business related programs, this includes in communication, Bachelor of Science in Business Admin, 3% in BBA, 1% in management, and 1% in IT and finance accounting, and 1% in another accounting and economics, which is at 2%. Several specialist programs with different kinds of professions or college programs that you have took. We have 1% in ABM missions, BA Social Education and Management, BS Computer Science, BS Information Technology, BS Naval Architecture and Marine Engineering, BS Pharmacy, BS Psychology, Bible Education, Electrical Engineering, Hospitality Management and IT, and nurses related, nursing or medicine related fields shows 5%. In total, we have here the college programs which we have gathered it in one place. We have Bible College related programs, which stands in 24 participants or 24%. Secondary education related programs, we have 28% or 28 participants, which is different. Could be English, could be science, could be mathematics. General education, which is general education related programs, which stands out with 8% or 8 participants. Other business related programs at 10% or 10 participants. Other programs, which is many of them only outcome to one participant or one profession, one college student, which is 18% or 8%, totaling to 100% or 100 participants. Now, our first figure we have as we have our data gathered, we have here the determined year level of students who took our survey, and we can see that the largest one who took our survey is the third year, which stands for 37% in the current college course. 37% is for third years who are currently taking the course. Second year at 35%, and 12% for fourth year, 4% for the first years, and 12% for the graduated ones or the ones who finished already their college course. And remind you again, a percent is equal to a one person because we have 100 participants for 100%. The second one is we have 53% male of respondents from our survey, 43% for female. And we have here all of this is demographics. We have here 82%, which is 21 to 30 years old, who responded in our research. 7% for 31 to 49 years old. 6% for below 20 years old, which is surprisingly very young. 3% for 50 to 60 years old, and 2% above 6 years old or senior citizens of our research participants. And we can see that the largest one who answered our research questionnaire is 21 to 30 years old, standing at 82%. Next one is the data reveals there are diverse groups of respondents from our survey, which is they have various academic programs with education-related courses making up the largest share. As I said earlier, we have 26% of educated-related course making up our research. Fields such as early education, elementary education, or PSED, science, mathematics, or whatever. And standing at 58%, we have the people who answered our research is currently taking or taken up Bachelor of Arts, while 42% of them took Bachelor of Science. The majority of the respondents of our research are lower class. As we have our research, we also included the social classes of our respondents in order for us to truly expand and be related towards the respondents of our research. Standing at 6%, we have lower classes, middle classes, which stands for 35%, and higher class, which is to 5%. Okay, for the lower class, 60% responded with lower class, 35% for the middle classes, and higher class, which stands for 5%. And in our research, as we have this question on what motivated them in taking their college course or college program, whether it be passion, which what their hearts truly desires or what their interest is. We have here the practicality, where what would work in their field, availability, what is their choice and what is available in their space near school unto them, or the what is available unto them. Financial is what can they afford, or what college course can they afford. So we have these motivations. We ask our respondents why did they took their college course, and surprisingly, 54% answered because of passion. They answered passion as their main motivation in taking up their passion and interest in taking up their college course, while 21% stands for practicality on what works or in what the modern world demands, and 8% for availability, or what is the closest to their place, or what's related to their skills or anything, or they just have connections. That's why 3% because of financial, so most of them able to afford, and 14% is for others. So they have these other reasons why they are motivated, and we were not able to gather reasons because of confidentiality, that they don't want to share these specific reasons. But there are one most common reason is that they are forced by their parents. They are forced by their parents, which is why in our scope and limitation is that we are limited by getting the perspective of their family or their parents, why they took their college course, their children. Most of people would say yes in that their course that they have taken up were influenced by passion and interest, while 83% chose yes in choosing that their course was currently influenced by passion and interest, while 17% of them are not. So it's like 17 people. So it's hard to say. It is hard to see that there are people who is currently taking the course that they do not love, that they are not interested in or passionate about it. 76% chose that if they are that they would still choose the same course even if nothing held them back. This which shows their really commitment to it. So it's like even though even though that they are given the chance or given the money to change to another course, they would still choose this. They still chose their current course. 76% of them, while 24% would probably choose something different if they had complete freedom. Complete freedom means they have the money, they have the time, they have the talent, they have the abilities to do so. 50%, we have here a 50-50, which is did you choose this course mainly because it is practical or in demand? 50% of them said yes, and 50% of them said no because they chose it practical or it is in demand. Next figure we have here in the question of choosing a course mainly because it was available. 53% of them said yes and 47 of them said no. Around 66% that said 66% said that money wasn't their main reason for choosing their course. Still, about 34% admitted that financial benefits did influence their decision. So some of them, they choose this course because it has high paying job, or it has a assurance in the future, while 66% of them said no, 34% of them said yes. In the next figure, we have here that most people, over 64%, said yes, that they would not switch their current course or their current job for a higher paying career, while 36% of them said yes. So there are people in our research, in our respondents, who are not really committed because said here that they would choose to go and transfer to another course just for higher money, higher pay, in choosing a career path. More than 59% said they'd stick with their current course, while over 41% said they would change if they had a chance. In conclusion, that the data reveals that the diverse group of respondents is mostly from education-related college courses, while the next one is business-related and special ed programs, representing a smaller but noticeable portions, indicating that while education dominates students' academic interests still span a wide variety of disciplines. While demographically in our research, 57% are male, while the rest is the female, and most of the participants fall between 18 to 26 years old, which is a right amount of age in taking a college course. In terms of motivation for choosing their course, personal interest emerged as the strongest factor. More than 83% selected their course because of passionate, genuine interest. And this is good for us because we can see what students, they are able to follow their dreams. They were able to follow what their hearts want, what their minds want, and they're able to do what they really want, what they want to study. Just like when a student able to study what course he truly wants or what she truly wants, she would be motivated. While there are some of them who are not. Over 76% would choose the same course if they had unlimited time, money, resources, or they have the assets to another course. 76% of them would still remain, and that is good. Half of the respondents choose their course because it is practical or in demand. 47% admitted they selected their course because it was only one of the few questions or options available to them. Additionally, 34% considered financial aspects, which is very normal, very considerate, but The number of this is 34, which is 34 responses of them considered financial aspects, which is the potential salary or even the tuitions that they would pay in academic path. Despite these external pressures, most students express satisfaction with their chosen field. Over 64% would not switch to another course even there is higher demand. More than 59% would not change the current course if given this time, if given a chance. But it is still noticeable minority, around 1/3 or to almost half, would consider shifting because it means that they were not able to enjoy. They were not able to find passion and interest in the current course, which is a very dangerous amount out of 100 students. Overall, the findings highlight that while many students are driven by passion and remain committed towards their chosen courses, practical limitations and financial considerations influence a significant portion of the population. Out of 100, the combination of strong personal interests and moderate external pressures creates a balanced but complex picture of students' motivation and satisfaction. So we have our recommendations for our research. As research of this topic, we recommend future researchers who are encouraged in taking up this same topic, same genre of our research to include parental influence. So you were not able to get how parents influence their children in taking a college course because it is very hard. It is going beyond the personal space of a student or people, but parental influence is very big. That's one of the biggest percentage in influence in a student in taking a career path. It is how external factors shape career and decision making. Researchers may also use mixed methods or a larger sample size to capture a wider range of perspectives and experiences. Upcoming college students are advised to reflect deeply on their personal passions and interests and long-term goals when finding a course. While guidance from family and external influences is available, students should aim for a balance between parental advice and their own aspirations, considering both personal fulfillment and practical factors can help them make a more informed and meaningful career decisions. So our reference, we have a reference here in the paper. For appendix, the type of instrument we have used survey questionnaires, and the purpose of this instrument is the purpose of the instrument is used to gather data from different persons of interest, such as college students and graduates. This enables us to have data related to our study. And we have our research instrument, and that is all for our research about the influence of passion and interest in choosing a career path in life. Thank you very much.